chose a very interesting day to be here at Kennywood in West Mifflin, Pennsylvania, outside of Pittsburgh. It's raining like crazy, and I'm hoping it doesn't screw up the audio quality in this video, but we are really excited to be here today. We should hopefully finally be getting on Steel Curtain, the park's largest coaster. It's been closed my past 3 visits here, but they've done a lot of work to it, added in a bunch of supports. We found out that the support structure, not being able to hold up the coaster properly, that's why it's been closed for so long. So they've done a lot of work on that, and it should be up and running. It's crazy though, everything does seem to be running, even in these conditions. This park is nuts. I'll tell you what though, I wasn't expecting to be here 2 consecutive years. We came here on our last road trip to Hollywood Nights.
Oh my gosh, this is insane weather. I cannot believe the coasters are running. I can't believe we're actually gonna get on Steel Curtain today out of all the days. Oh my god.
I just felt like record your freaking outfit.
We're out here though, we're out here.
Oh my god, we're here in this freaking rainstorm.
Look at that, it's flooded, bro. How did we end up here?
Where are we, bro? This can't be.
I can't believe we're getting on Steel Curtain today of all days. Oh! Oh!
Okay, yesterday I did an ad for the Patreon. Today I'm doing an ad for the Coaster Dash merch. This thing's gonna keep me semi-dry today.
Let's
it's
go.
Awesome. I actually love this hoodie. Buy it.
I'm gonna pretend it's not pouring rain right now and try to do this intro the way I normally do. And let's give a quick rundown on the history of this park. Kennywood is the only major amusement park anywhere close. It serves the Pittsburgh metro area, and it opened in 1899 as a trolley park. Over time, they started adding a bunch of rides, and today it actually has a very impressive collection of rides and roller coasters. And I do want to give a special thanks to Kennywood for hosting us today and providing the complimentary admission tickets. We also collaborated with them last time, and it was a blast, so we really do appreciate that. Here it is in all of its glory. It's the Steel Curtain, themed of course to the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have a whole little themed area called Steelers Country, which is just so hilarious to me. They love their sports out here. This is a fascinating coaster, guys. S&S Worldwide Hyper Coaster, the most inversions of any coaster on the continent with 9, and this is really the only ride of its kind that I can think of. It's known for having had so many issues the past few years. Something about that support structure not being able to hold it up properly, as well as the soil composition underneath said supports. As a matter of fact, I think at one point in time they wanted to put in a Rocky Mountain construction coaster in this plot, and then they did some soil testing and they found out that it wasn't going to be able to support an RMC that went behind the Racer and Jackrabbit. So instead they settled with this absolute behemoth, freaking massive. I can't believe how big it is. I've always been enamored by the scale of this ride every time I've come to the park, but it's just never been open for me, so I'm so glad that we're finally getting the opportunity to get on it. We are caught in a nasty storm right now. There's a little bit of sun that's supposed to come out, but our first ride on Steel Curtain is surely going to be a painful one. I can't believe we're on Steel Curtain. What the heck is going on? Oh! We're on this, dude! We did it! We finally did it after all of those years. We got on Steel Curtain. We started with a back row ride. I'll get to the front later, guys, but with the rain right now, it actually has dialed back a little bit, but when we were on the ride, it was drizzling a little bit, and it would have messed up the visual quality, but it was a really strong ride. I was actually very impressed by it in many ways. One, it's a lot smoother than I expected. I think when that opened, a lot of people were talking about how it's just a janky mess. Yeah, I didn't really think so at all. 2, the forces were pretty good. There were some positive G-forces sprinkled throughout. Again, I'm not sure how this reflects a front row ride. That was just a back row experience, but the back row experience with the positive forces was quite excellent. It has 9 inversions, and a lot of them feel very unorthodox. I especially like the first drop, which people are calling the Drakenfire dive drop, after the Drakenfire coaster that used to operate at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. It had the same first drop. It is the first coaster since then that's had that, where it kind of does a corkscrew and then it dives down. And then I also really like the 0G stall. I thought that was excellent.
Very cold, but it was very good. I don't know, when I'm cold, I can't think about rides.
I
freaking love that. The positive forces were crazy. I loved the drop. I want to ride it again. It was awesome.
We will ride it again, but the line was terrible because one train operations.
One train.
But I'd rather wait in a long line and have it actually be open. I can't believe it's running right now, especially in these conditions. Like I said, it's just mind-blowing to me. I've spent so many visits to Kennywood just staring at this ride. Even in 2019, when I first came to the park, I thought I was maybe going to be able to ride it, but it was just testing. But I actually saw a test rider on the coaster, and so not being able to ride it then hurt a lot. And then of course coming back last year, finally for the first time going to Kennywood in years, and it wasn't open for the entire season, which was a big disappointment. It delivered in so many ways for me. I really did not expect it to be anywhere near as good as it was. Today we're gonna head on to Phantom's Revenge, which is now one half of a great 1-2 punch at Kennywood. Look at this thing. I am so excited to get back on Phantom's Revenge, a coaster I adore. In 1991, Aerodynamics, defunct now, but that manufacturer legendary, they brought this incredible hyper coaster to Kennywood, but over time it got rough naturally, as all their coasters tend to do, and so Morgan Manufacturing actually swung by in the early 2000s and renovated it into Phantom's Revenge, which you see now. And they basically took out all of the inversions and replaced them with ejector airtime hills, and this has some of the most out of control airtime I have ever experienced. It is unreal. They also made it a very smooth coaster. As a matter of fact, it's one of the smoothest coasters I have ever done. So it'll be great to get another ride on a phenomenal coaster. Really made it worth coming to this park alone for last year. But now that we have Steel Curtain and you have 2 great rides in this park, not to mention the fantastic supporting cast of all the classic wooden coasters, it's really fantastic now. The lineup is great. The terrain interaction of Phantom is absolutely unbelievable. The way it plunges into this ravine here, and then you have this backdrop of all these steel plants, which it's kind of disgusting, but also so iconic. It's time to get on Phantom's Revenge. We are in the back row, which is our favorite seat on this ride. Absolutely incredible views of all the coasters and the skyline of the park. Almost a 10 out of 10 coaster. Phantom's Revenge is ludicrously intense. That airtime is lethal. Oh my goodness.
And the positives. Like,
yeah.
After the drops, it's like, oh crap. Like,
it's a gray out.
Yeah. That was great. I love it just as much as I did last year. Last year I was more locked in. Go watch last year's vlog. I'm sucked today.
Well, yeah, this is just a small video about Steel Curtain. If you want a more in-depth Kennywood video, definitely go check out last year's video on the park. It's titled Finally Returning to Kennywood, and it has all of the rides and coasters here, because we're not even going to be doing that much more before we head out. We have a long drive to the next park, which will be Kings Island, so stay tuned for that vlog, one of our favorite parks in the country.
It's also low-key more busy today on a rainy day than it was when we were here last year on Memorial Day.
Yeah, what the heck?
So I'm really confused right now. Why is it so busy here?
It is really strange, but everything's running, so I'm just glad that despite the weather, despite the conditions, it's not the worst day to be here. It is just cold. But I was also saying, Kennywood now has like the most unique 1-2 punch I can think of, with Phantom's Revenge, which is of course a one-of-a-kind because it was a retrofit from Aero to Morgan, and then an S&S Hyper? Like, what? Having both of those in the same park is so fascinating. 2 hyper coasters, which seems almost redundant, but they do such different things that it works perfect. So nice walking around the park. It really does have a pleasant vibe to it, and just a classic ambiance as well. It's still cold as balls, but it seems like the rain has more or less stopped, which is great. So soon we'll get you guys back on Steel Curtain for a front row ride. In the meantime, we're gonna check out a Kennywood staple, Noah's Ark. This opened in 1936. It is so old. Also, it was built by Philadelphia Toboggan Coasters, which I just found out about, which of course was one of the premier wooden coaster manufacturers back in the day. I can't believe that. It's the last operating Noah's Ark fun house in the world. There used to be a bunch of these. This is so cool. Oh, I love this walkthrough.
I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna die.
Can you die on Noah's Ark?
Yes. Look at all the farm animals. It's so crazy. This is the best part of the walkthrough easily, because you're on this tilting boat and it is scary. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm like falling over looking at this, dude. Yo, why is this elephant on a roller coaster? Like, that's a credit. Got all the lions, the monkeys, Tumbili. I can actually see the steps move.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another crazy tunnel. Oh my god, this is messing with me. I can't walk straight. Bro, Noah's Ark is awesome. That's one of the best walkthroughs that I can think of, at least here in this country. In Europe, that's like light work, you know? Noah's Ark is lit.
Yeah, it's lit. It's a good walkthrough. I love that walkthrough attraction. It's very interesting.
So I wanted to get on one of the 3 classic wooden coasters in this park, and I think my favorite of the bunch has to be Thunderbolt. This is an incredible terrain design. It opened in 1924, and if you can believe it, it's the newest of the wooden coasters in the park. How crazy is that? Something to keep in mind about Thunderbolt, and I've never seen this really on any other wooden coaster, you have to have a partner to ride this. There's no single riders allowed, and I think that's because the laterals are so excessive that you'd be flopping all around in the train. But that's definitely one of the highlights of this ride is the laterals. There's even a couple moments of airtime too. Down on the Thunderbolt, I love how it goes right under Phantom's Revenge. That's so cool. Whoa! How is it this smooth? That's incredible. Over 100 years old. Whoa! I forgot about this airtime moment. Ready? Ready? Oh! Yes! Oh man, you got the lift hill back up here, and we got a spaghetti bowl section up next. Whoa! Here we go! Whoa! Oh! Woo! Oh, this ride's awesome! Woo! Whoa! It's so cool! Oh! Oh! And then our big finale. Whoa, there's Phantom! Woo! Whoa! Man! Oh my god, look at this! Whoa! Oh, that ride's amazing! Thunderbolt is unbelievably good for its age. I can't believe that's still around. It's maintained that well because it's about as smooth as it gets for a wooden coaster in my opinion. Laterals are excessive, they're fantastic, and there's a couple moments of airtime. The ride is basically perfect for what it is. For a classic Woody, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
That was a super fun ride. Honestly, like all the wooden coasters here just kind of meshed in my brain because there's just like so many. Just had great laterals and some awesome airtime moments. I love Thunderbolt. I just love how it uses the terrain. Like that's the coolest thing ever, especially with Phantom going over and under you. And you're like in a ravine. Like how did they cook that in like 1920?
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. We're walking by the steel curtain again. We were hoping to get another ride on it. Right now it looks like it's down, which kind of sucks because now the rain's gone. So it's ironic that it was running consistently in the rain and then the rain went away and now it's been broken. I still can't believe how big this is. How did Kennywood decide to build this? Oh my gosh. Bro, a few days ago we watched the movie Paul and we went by an alien vending machine and wanted to get Paul, and we got Paul.
One try, $2.
I need to show you guys the video of us getting it because it was unbelievable. We were like one try and then we're out. Oh! 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 Great way to keep ourselves busy while we wait for Steel Curtain to reopen. Oh my god. Good news, Steel Curtain is open, so we can get our second ride before we head out of the park today, which I can't wait for. Whoa! 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 Oh, it's so smooth! That was another fantastic ride on Steel Curtain. I think the back is a little bit better for forces, but that was just a more enjoyable experience because we didn't have rain pelting our face that time. Yeah, that coaster really impressed me. I'll be honest, I didn't have the highest expectations going in. I just heard okay things about it, saying it was just a generic looping coaster. And then here I am, I'm anticipating that. I get off and I'm like, wow, that was a fantastic ride. Yo, what's up, bro? How's it going? There you go.
Smash that like button for part 2. Part 3, we're all getting naked.
Bro, I'm so dead. That was incredible. incredible. No, but Kennywood was fantastic. A little hard to enjoy the day because of how cold and also rainy it was earlier, but that's not the fault of the park. The park is great. It's always a fun time here.
That last ride on Steel Curtain was great. Kennywood has been great. The day started off a little because it was so cold, so rainy. I'm still wet and cold, but it definitely got better as the rain cleared up. Kennywood's just, I don't know, I like Kennywood. It's such a vibe.
I like Kennywood more when you don't need to ride the old mill.
Oh god, if you come to Kennywood, don't do it. It was lame.
As a whole, like, I really love this park. As Sam said, we're wet and cold. It got better, we got used to it, the rain cleared up, we had a good time.
Good night from Kennywood. We'll see you guys in the next video from Kings Island in Ohio. We can't wait to be back at that park. Peace out, everyone.